Hello everybody. I thought we'd have a little tour today of Baker Training Stable. We have been at this location here in Olympia, Washington since 1999, and our partners in the business are Patty Baker, Monica Webb, and Kara Witzel. I'm Kara, and I'm going to give you a tour today and give us a little background. So Patty is started the business with doing a lot of coaching and things. Oh goodness, probably in the 80s. And then Monica and I are her daughters, and we both started working for Baker Training Stable as adults. Monica went to Texas and worked for Steve Heckerman in Pilot Point, Texas for 5 years in kind of the late 90s, early 2000s, and rode a lot of fraternity horses down there and Western pleasure horses. So we've got, there's 15 acres here. Patty and Mike bought the property in, like I said, 1999. The barn was here, and the house attached to the barn and some of the outbuildings. And there's some newer pieces too. So we've got our driveway here, and we've got a bunch of different size fields. This is one of our larger fields here on the right. And it's probably about an acre and a half. And then off to our left here is our riding area. We've got our tie post there that many horses spend time at, getting used to different environments. Got some Western riding cones set up. There's kind of the back of the barn and indoor arena complex. Some of you guys have come for clinics or different lessons or things, but a lot of our fans on our Facebook page may not be from the area. We are located about halfway between Seattle and Portland, and about 60 miles from Seattle Airport. We've got some pastures. This red house here was put on the property, I think, about 15 years ago, and Mike and Patty currently live in this one. You can hear all the birds. This is a really nice time of year here. There's lots of green, lots of grass. It's the middle of April, and it's going to be 70 degrees today, so this will be kind of our first of our nice warm weather of the season. So as we move a little bit closer here, we've got some paddocks that are a little bit smaller for a lot of our training horses. We have lots of different size pens and turnout, kind of for each individual horse's needs. The ones over here on this side, there's 4 of them, kind of going back towards the tree line. There is the property line. The neighbors have some horses too, so most of ours are pretty comfortable out here with all their buddies. And we've got 4 down this side. They're a little bit bigger. I think they're about, maybe 70 by 150 or so down on this side. And then as we're moving, here you can kind of see the back of the barn, hay shed. We're going to go back there in a minute. This driveway wraps around behind the barn as well. So then down this side of our paddocks, we've got actually 5 more paddocks over here, some smaller ones kind of at the front for maybe horses that aren't supposed to be running around too much, or ones that are on a diet, so they can't be eating the grass. So you can kind of see as we're moving up the driveway here. So it's a kind of a unique complex with the indoor arena, the stalls, and this home here. It was built in, I think, the early 80s, and some Arab people had it and built it, and then just had the one owner until Mike and Patty bought it, like I said, in the late 90s. So we've got a few more, another shed out here. Sometimes when the weather's nice, we let the horses stay out all the time, or certain ones that are on turnout or time off get to do that. Most of our show horses come in at night because it's still just too cold here in the overnights to keep good hair coats. There's Zippin' Cowgirl. She's 28, and she's the only one that's made the move here. We owned her before. Prior to moving here, she was my Appaloosa youth horse. She's over there in the woods. So we've got 4 more large paddocks back here for a little bit more grazing. You can see there's quite a bit of grass in the pastures. And there's got another shed back here too. That's the neighbors, that big building over there. So the property line goes back to the tree line there. Lots of green grass, lots of flat, usable land. Just down the road from us is a turf farm, so they actually sell their grass. That's how nice the ground is. So here's the front of the house. We've got it currently separated. It's upstairs is an apartment, and we've got a young couple that live up there, kind of help with feeding and watching horses too. The wife was one of our customers as a youth rider, and still currently has some horses too. And we'll go in later to the kind of the office area and viewing room area. So we're going to come in the side of the barn here, and you can kind of see the stalls and the arena and things. So it's set up with 2 aisleways. So we've got 10 stalls down this side, and a tack room, and a kind of a grooming bay also. And then we've got our indoor arena in here. We've got a couple trail obstacles set up. We've got down on the end, we've got some ties in the corners that horses spend time being tied up, being nice and still, and you can kind of see the connection to that house there. We'll go check that out a little bit later. So this is where Monica and I usually tack up the training horses. We've got all our pads and work saddles, work bridles, lunge lines, all that good stuff. Got a few more things over here, clippers, kind of our tack up grooming bay here, tack room in this door. And so it's nice because when you're riding in the arena, you can see every single horse in the barn. So if something's cast or acting sick or anything, or if one of my clients is here tacking up their horse, I can make sure that they're right on task with doing everything they're supposed to be doing. So this is out the back of the barn, and everything's really nice and convenient here. We've got the clean shavings, dirty shavings. Got a shop over here with some tractor, riding lawnmower, and some storage inside. We've got our hay shed here. We just got 20 tons of alfalfa yesterday, and got some grass hay. We feed both alfalfa and grass, and depending on the horse, they might get a different mixture of both. We also feed strategy and special blend. And over here we've got kind of a couple overflow stalls, or we use them sometimes as quarantine stalls if we've got something that might need to be separated, and another tack room with mostly our personal stuff like extra blankets and things of that nature. Then we're going to come back up the other side of the barn. Makes it really nice when we have these wet Northwest Washington winters, because we don't have to go outside very much to get between the arenas. So same thing down this side. We've got 10 stalls on this side, and a tack room as well coming up here. Got our tack room here, and then this side is a wash rack, so we can use it for grooming, or we've got hot water with a hot water tank in there as well. So we've got some horses inside, some outside. Just depends on the horse how much turnout they get. Some of them get more turnout, some of them are strictly no turnout if maybe they've had an injury or something recently. So we coming back to the arena. So like I said, we've got some really nice footing in here, a little bit of mixture of sand and a little bit of wood chips, kind of help hold moisture. And then down here is the downstairs of this house, And we've got a restroom in here. So we've got a restroom. There's kind of there's one bedroom back there that we store stuff in as well. And then that's our office over there. We've got our computer in there, and just areas where we can, this is the viewing area. Sometimes we have show clothes try-ons. As you can see, we've got some show clothes over there. Sometimes parents hang out in here if they're waiting for lessons, things of that nature. And so I just want to thank you for coming on the tour, and hopefully it makes you feel like you're here. Thank you.